Oh my God. I really am just a fucking hot mess right now. I'll tell you that. Anyway, we're gonna keep going though. Hello, hello. I have decided. Sorry, I just woke up not too long ago. I have decided that I am going to start telling our story. And I'm going to tell like I'm going to tell little bits and pieces of it leading up to where we are today. So you guys know kind of the leading up parts of the story, and then we will talk about the big thing when I get the opportunity to do so. Let's see. So last year and the year before Landon and I moved into an apartment. Now, we have to keep in mind that we had to do this move, like, had to. It wasn't a choice, but we had to do this move on April. What am I saying? Right. We had to do this move March of 2020, right? Chaotic fuckery. But we like barely even got this place because when we were looking for a place, my friend had let me know about an apartment next to her. And unfortunately, the apartment next to her was technically occupied by somebody who was in jail. And he had not been there for like 6 fucking months. So the owner was like, yeah, I can start making money off of this apartment again. So instead of putting all his shit in storage and letting us rent it, the guy got out of jail the day after we went and looked at the place. What? Of all the fucking coincidences in the world, this was by far the most shocking, but we were like, great, we're not gonna get it now. Fuck. And then my friend decided in that moment that she was going to be moving in with her boyfriend anyway. So she's like, we're just gonna do the move early and you can move into my place. And that's exactly what we did. Set up the lease, yada, yada, yada. The landlord was fine. It is what it is. And of course, COVID got fucking scary, right? I was barely working because at this point, I was not big on TikTok. I was no longer in the Durham region area. We were in the Trenton area. So like all of my clients gone. Yes, I was doing video readings and all that stuff, but it was like far and few between because it was COVID and people didn't want to pay. Luckily, the world let us have that, $2,000 a month that they decided to give us during this time, which was great because it personally helped me until I think it was November. Yeah, so April to November. Anyway, with that being said, I was able to kind of like, have a bit of a flow. And also, by the way, Landon and I were supposed to be getting married this year. We were supposed to get married April of 2020. Well, that didn't fucking happen. And it was very fucking hard to get what we needed so that we could get married for October of 2020, which was so crazy. So crazy. But we managed to pull off not only our wedding, which, by the way, kept changing. Not our wedding date, but like we were allowed to have people come to our wedding. Then we were not allowed to have people. Then we were allowed to have people. Then we weren't. Like, it just changed from month to month. And it was getting very annoying. We were going to do like a full-on reception, and we had sent out invitations, and then all of a sudden it was limited again, and I would have to wear a mask with my wedding dress. And like, I already had a hard time wearing the masks. I'm asthmatic, and the mask, when it would cover me, I get really, really, really hot and dizzy, and I didn't want any of that. So we canceled the reception part, and we were like, we're just going to get married at the park, which, by the way, it was a really cold day, but so beautiful outside. Did not spend much time outside because I had initially bought myself a summer dress. So, yeah, I wore a summer dress October 31st. But regardless, it was a very beautiful day. Landon and I got married. We were so happy to get married. Just felt really good, you know? Finally had that step. Landon and I have known each other since 2017, and we officially got together, I believe it was 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 2018. 2019, we were like officially together. And then in 2020, we got married. So this was closer to the end of 2020. Now, at this point, again, my business was suffering. And we had a little shitbox car that had like so many problems with it, but we had what we could afford, you know? Anyway, Landon and I went right to work and started doing like Uber Eats and Instacart and anything else that we could think of. I used to work for a company called Psychic Heroes. I would do that as much as I could. It wasn't a lot of money, but if I spent more time on it, I probably could have obtained a lot more money, which I might do at some point. Anyway, that was kind of my life, and we got used to that for a while. Like, it was tight, scary a little bit, but we were doing what we needed to do, you know? So let's fast forward a bit to March of 2021. So from November, December, January, February, March, 5 months. 5 months into us being married, 5 months into our kind of poorish life. Not too bad, but, you know, we were trying super hard to stay afloat. And then Landon turns to me and he's like, why don't you like put out there that on TikTok that you're a psychic and maybe people will want to book appointments with you? And I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I didn't want to turn my platform into a psychic thing because the one thing I struggle with in my life right now is people not respecting my boundaries. People will literally message me for no other reason but to give them readings. And it makes me feel like shit. It's great that they believe in my ability, but it makes me feel like shit as a person when here I am working all day and all night, and then I have my time off and I am trying to just relax or accomplish things or hang out with my husband, you know, my kid, whatever, my dogs. Nope, fuck no. People take that time as the time to be like, oh, she's not working, so maybe she'll answer me. And I'm not talking about people on TikTok. I'm talking about my fucking people on my friends list. Like, people that know me, you know? It's so it's fucked. It's messed up. Anyway, but, you know, if I complain about that, I'm a bad person, so whatever. So that is when I posted my first TikTok video. Now, the first one was not about anybody specifically, it was just about me, and it went viral. Not crazy viral, but viral for me. And then I made one other video and posted it, and that one hit even more viewers, and right away I started gaining followers like fucking crazy. I went from 1,000 to 7,000 in like 48 hours, and then from that to like 40,000, like, and it just kept building, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. And of course, I started to get busy. People were booking me left, right, and center, and I eventually got to a point where I was booked out for 2 months at a time. Now, here's a little joke. It's not a joke, but it's kind of interesting. There's a doll that I think we still have. I don't think we have her anymore. Maybe we do. I don't fucking know. Anyways, we've had to move and leave things behind, so it's hard to kind of go through things, you know? So I had this doll who grants wishes. I'm not allowed to talk about it actually, but she's not around, so I can talk about it. She granted a wish. I said, I want to be booked out for 2 months at a time. 3 months at a time is what I said. And then it happened. Not 3 months. It might have happened if I allowed it to be that way, but 2 months. And like, I was booked like every day. People were like, there's no spots available. There's no spots available. And I'd be like, come back tomorrow. More will become available. Or if it was like a weekend, I'd be like, come back in 3 days. More will be available. Like, people were losing their shit. People were offering me double money to do them sooner. Like, it was insane, actually. I couldn't believe it was happening, but so excited that it was happening. But I had no idea what I was about to get myself into. And that's where I'll leave this today. Part 2 coming tomorrow.